There's a warning sign over the top that loosely hangs on hooks, and it says Grigor's General Goods. The shop looks like a retrofitted barn, and you can see lights from the inside, but there's a sign that reads in common closed over the door.
Yeah, and
Well, we can go in, right?
yeah. Like, if the door is locked, I would imagine I know where like the key is. Like, if
Yeah, you would have a house key, or
Oh, I probably just have a house
you
key
could have
on.
a house key. Yeah, you unlock the door and like tentatively step in.
Then I'll go in too. Get out of the
And
street.
you here at the back, the wood creaks against the floor, and the back door opens, and this older human male answers, "Who's there?" And holds up a lamp and picks out his glasses.
Hello? Mom? Dad?
And you see his eyes just widen. Ellie? Ellie?
Yeah, it's me.
And I just like kind of clamber into like the hallway, like in like just like not even thinking about anybody else who's there.
He like runs as fast as his old man's carry him, and he flings his arms around you. Why'd you running off like that?
Yeah, and I just bury my head into his chest and just sob, and I'm just like,
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. I didn't want to hurt you.
And he just holds your face, and you can see him just rub away your tears. Ellie, you're my little girl. I always want you home. Well, you haven't trimmed your leaves or smoked a mess and brushes them off. Oma! And she's like, what is it? And just, Ellie?
Hi, Mom.
Ellie! She comes over and joins the family hug. Oh, Greek. What are you doing scaring us half to death like that kid? She just tucks you under in her arms and strokes your little leaf hair, and we sent men to the capital trying to find you, and why'd you leave like that?
Look, I knew I was a burden on you and Dad, so I chose to leave. I mean, I worked in the store. I saw the ledger. Less people came in, didn't want to do business with us because they didn't want to see me, the odd green child of Hillock.
You see Oma just she cries, and these tears, and Grigor shakes his head and says, Ellie, you were more important to us than any ledger. More important to us than this whole store. The most important thing to us in the whole wide world. We just want you safe. And they bring you in for another hug.
Mom, Dad, I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's okay, dear. I know it. You're back. You're safe. That's what matters. And she holds a lantern out.
Oh,
Any guests?
yes,
Oh,
these...
hey, it's me, Luna.
Oh, hi, dear.
I'm pretty sure they know me, right?
Yes, they know you.
Yeah, these are my friends. You know Luna, and this is Ciara.
Why, hello.
And this
Meet
is
you.
Lucian.
Evening. And then they get like Oma and Grigor like exchange looks like they see Luna, they're like, oh yeah, this Ciara, oh yeah, what a nice young lady. They see Lucian, what? Is English.
Lucious just like,
Hello. Hello. Oh, come to the table. Of you're the second set of guests we've had tonight.
Oh?
Yes, there is a young elven lady and half-elf man who they're in terrible shape, came out of their minds.
I mean,
Was one of them bald?
Yes, there was a bald one.
I mean, look,
yes.
we can't stay too long. We have to find our friends.
Ellie used to hear. Let me go. That sounds really familiar. Do you mind if I go bother them?
Well, if you think they're in the loft.
Okay.
You let people in my room?
I'm good.
Instantly turning 5 years old.
I go shake Keonthi, I shake you awake.
Yeah, so you find Keonthi and Araban and order. Yes, Araban has since a cocked out Araban has since turned into a cat and is on bed.
I'll pick up Araban to be annoying, and then nudge Keonthi awake.
He like.
I know how to hold a cat. I'll hold it like a baby, like that. And then
Well, you said to be annoying, so like I figured you just
being
were like.
picked up is
Yeah, I thought you were like picking it up and just doing like little cat peps.
Cats being picked up in general, they're annoyed.
Yeah. So like he like you grab him and like his claws kind of sink into the pillow and he looks at you and he's like, oh. And Keonthi
Question
wake up to
says,
see Luna.
okay, I'm gonna wake up and Kathy's gonna clearly open up her eyes and look around.
She's gonna like do up to her chair like, what? Like just kind of that's all she can say is what?
Ciara, in
What are you
all of
bringing
her
to this
infinite
room?
kindness and wisdom, takes a good look at them. Objectively speaking, you look terrible.
Yeah, everyone's now crowding into the loft.
I feel like Keonthi would just be like, you should see what we had to deal with.
I would probably still like be with
I-
my parents.
Okay, yeah, they're they basically go into a talk about kindness and like helping out others, and are tentatively asking like, what have you been doing, Ellie? Are you gonna stay?
Well, no, we need to help Luna, and we need to help the rest of our friends.
And there's this like look of sadness between them, and they exchange this nod, and they say, "Well, I always knew you'd leave the house one day." Well, we.
I hope I can come back soon. Hopefully not just in the dead of night.
Yes, we always want you home. Your room's as it was. Didn't really move anything. Sounds like your friends are having some conversation up there, luckily. And Grigor kind of puts his hand on your shoulder and says, "It's nice to see you with friends."
Yeah.
Not just me.
The only friend I really had in Hillock was Dustin. I didn't want to talk to him. He was kind of smelly. He was always talking to me. I didn't talk to him.
Yes, he does that. And back into the other group, Order kind of like comes up and he's like, "Oh, we found the others?"
Actually, we found you. You're in Ellie's room.
He's like, "What?"
Keonthe's just like, I thought she would have liked this room. It's hers.
Plants, wood carvings.
Yeah, and, like things check out.
Let's see if I can gather.
So Keonthi is still she's pretty tired, but she wants to be a good host. So just gonna like try and stand up, I guess. And like, what happened with you? We separated. You didn't recall.
after you guys left, then the Silverfangs left, so Odo just took us back to the inn.
And that was that?
Yeah.
So now they just like did the other side. I was so worried. I thought, I'm glad that I didn't have to make a trouble for you guys.
Well, I wish you would have been able to come with them. Yeah. I wish you guys would.
I had led you astray. She thinks back to the cards and told them to get out. Just like,
Cat.
that, maybe just a little bit.
Yeah.
I think honestly that leaving must have been good because they left you alone.
Yeah.
Because you seem much better than us, and we were here.
Yeah. I was saying, it's like, it would have been nice if you were able to come with us, but it did seem like once you and Order left, they were just kind of. It took the wind out of their sails.
Well, Lucious speaks up. Well, their main core was lost. And with your acquaintances' contingency, he's talking about Odo, they quite worn out for fighting us and fighting another group. So
Ciara's face just goes a little sour. She goes quiet.
well, what's the plan now?
Well, I think we should just go back to Daxon with Odo. I mean, it's safest there to be in civilization, in a secure location, and my dad knows where that is and he can find me. And it just sounds simplest.
So we play nice with Odo. There's like this distinct.
We cut and run. We have the party back. Why not just cut and run?
Because he can follow
There's a
us.
little bit of a sharpness in her tone when she says it.
Because he can, because how easily he can track us. And then he'd also tell everyone that there's a werewolf on the loose.
Nice.
And then I don't want to get hunted. I mean, I know that's selfish, but I don't know. Look, I just want to go home, and this sounds like the safest plan. Like, that's actually secure. I could, like, if Odo does anything to actually try to, I don't know, if I would, like, immediately turn into a wolf. Like, I wouldn't be able to stop myself. So, it's not like he can safely try anything. And, yeah. I'd rather be surrounded by a town guard than woods with mercenaries.
I mean, I think it's best to play nice with the boy too. I know what it's like to tangle with nobles. It's best to just let them think they won and then cut loose when they're not looking.
Yeah.
Sounds like a plan.
Plus in Jackson they have like werewolf resources with the Golden Hawks. Even though I didn't want to go there in the first place. But they have it.
Ervan shrugs and he's just like, he's now a person now. He's no longer a cat. Well, I think it's best to play along with him too. Otherwise, we're just gonna keep fighting him. Once we hit Daxon, he's like, it's larger, right? It's a big city.
Yeah, it's pretty big.
Yeah, it'd be easier to just lose him in a big city instead of here where it's, you know, everything's just...
Just as a side note, I feel like Kathy is accidentally falling asleep again.
Fair.
She like was sitting up to pay attention and just kind of started to like lean, and then she kind of went sideways a little bit, and then she's just staying there right now.
So elves need to trance, but can they choose to sleep?
Honestly, in D&D books, it's not like super clear, but in my world, I would say yeah, they can. I just don't see why they like wouldn't be able to sleep. I see it as like elves can sleep, they just don't like doing it because it's like a weird experience when you like sit and think about it. Like your brain just unfolds and a bunch of unconscious things and mashes them together in a story. Like dreams are weird. So
They're just like, no, that doesn't make sense. I would just rather do trance and have ordered thoughts. So.
Is that what order says?
Kristen says, I don't think thoughts reach order at all, so...
Yeah, I enjoy that he is so chaotic, but his name is so close to order.
Yeah.
And that was just a really happy happenstance.
Very happy.
Alright, well, let's, shall we go back to our respective sleeping arrangements?
Probably. Maybe let Ellie hang out with her parents a little bit longer.
Yeah. It's best to let kids and parents we do. You guys wait some time, maybe like an hour, and you head back to the inn.
Okay.
All good? Okay.
Yeah, as they come back down, and I'm still talking to my parents, I'm just like, so we should just cut and run. We're all together again, right?
Small smile on Kiara's face. A small smile returns.
I mean, the boys seem to agree with me that we should just kind of get to Daxon and then find my dad there.
To Daxon, to where Odo rules,
He technically rules here too.
but he has more power there, doesn't he? He has more men there.
There's also just Lucious says, there's also just more people in general. Take it from me, it's a lot easier to lose someone in a city than it is to lose someone in a town.
You told me how terrible he is.
Yes, he is terrible.
He's I've seen him around you. He's manipulating you again.
No, I'm just trying to... Look, I'm just trying to get home. This is the most direct path there. Is just go back to... from here to there, and then we're in a secure spot, and then my dad can go there, and then he's not trying to find me in the middle of the woods, and then we're not getting surrounded by mercenaries in the middle of the night, and...
What happens after Daxon?
I go home with my parents, and you come with us if you want.
You think Odo's just gonna let you go home?
My dad's broken his nose before, so he's kind of scared of him.
So when it comes down to it, it's really just a cockfight between you and your ex and your father.
Yeah. And then my brother would back him up. My brother tried to chop his head off.
So what is he family knows?
It's a... It was a... Never mind, I don't want to talk about it.
Right. So, you keep mentioning your father, he's gonna meet you in Daxon. So what's the plan? We take you to Daxon?
Yeah, I guess he's talking to my grandfather to try and find me.
Okay, so you're picked up and
Yeah.
fall into the safe haven of your father and
Yeah.
are delivered?
Yes.
Well, when it comes down to politics, it's probably the best way to do it.
Like, I'm not super comfortable with it either, Ellie.
Yeah, my ears just sink. So I'm
Down
like,
to your neck.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm like,
It's, I think only Lucious would probably catch it. It sounds something akin to a drow swear under her breath, and it just comes to form politics.
Oh, I'd catch that.
well, I mean, if you think your family stands a chance against Odo, I mean, I guess that's your best shot. I don't like it either.
Everyone kind of like stands up and is like, well, I mean, my family influence is small, but it is closer to north. So, Luna's protection could theoretically, we could pitch it as Luna being protected by her father and myself.
Yeah.
Also, I mean, the alternative is to just keep fighting Odo.
Mm-hmm.
When
Like,
it
if we
comes
keep
to-
running, he'll keep following.
He'll keep following, so we have to let him think he's won.
Yeah. Plus, we have 2 Ardelias here, and if he knows who the Ardelias are, it's like they don't need to know that you're not, like, mob experts. Like, let him think that you are, and then he'll be scared, right? Isn't that how it works?
Just flash a bit of that Rodelia brute, and we're good.
Ciara gives Lucious this look that's sort of reminiscent of it's sort of called the look is sort of like as a reminder of what she was talking about earlier about killing Odo. And it's just that Lucious would probably catch. She's not gonna say it out loud, but she's like, "Oh, can't chase us if he doesn't have blades."
And
Variation
She-
sauce.
Tear off his precious little wings.
and Ellie just has this like confused look, and it's like part of it is concern, part of it is just confused about how many families are involved with this whole planet exchange. It's like, okay, so we got the Ordelia family, and we have your family, and Odo, and Aravan. Simple country girl.
Aravan.
Families with influence?
And Aravan just kind of, you can tell like he's uncomfortable, like he's not used to like dealing with
Creeps like Odo.
creeps like Odo, or with like group dynamics. Like his most of his life is like with his family and not like with outside forces. So like he has limited experiences with social interactions. And he's just like, I mean, at the end of the day, I think if Luna wants to deal with her problem her way, that's what I want to choose.
Okay. I look towards Luna. I trust you.
Just a moment of tension, and they all kind of. You see Lucius and Aravan kind of nod.
I know usually I'm trying to protect you, but I think if it came down to it, you would be able to protect me. And I'm not alone right now. Like going up against him. And that stopped.
Okay. Let's go to Daxton and let's face Odo together.
I need to go grab water.
Okay, grab water.
Quick break.
Luna, you know that Odo is planning to spend one more day here because he has to give a speech. And of course, he wants you there.
To be supportive.
So on the way back, you're walking back to the inn and passing by you pass by the Shattered Knee, which is I believe the inn you're at. And you come in through the back, and there's this barmaid who comes out. And someone's here.
Yay.
Aw,
You have new hair.
I was a werewolf for a teaching class because they're allowing us to. They encouraged us throughout all of Halloween week to dress up, starting Tuesday in every class, and today was Werewolf Day.
Nice.
Sorry for the interruption.
Sorry.
This is not
It's very
Kiara
fitting.
related. Unless it's angry inner she-wolf. There you go.
I want to let my hair flow now. So, what happens is next you run into this barmaid who's bringing out these buckets to the well, and initially you don't really pay much attention to her, but she turns and you can see that she has an eye patch across her face, and then she looks briefly at you guys and pauses, and she whispers, "Ellie?"
And I look at her and I think I know who she is. Bree?
Yeah, it's me. And then she kind of like approaches tentatively. It's nice to see you.
It's good seeing you too.
This long awkward silence.
Yeah, and like I look at her, I look at the floor, I look at the corner. We're gonna be going to our room.
Oh, of course. Do you are you gonna be in town for any time?
I mean, for a little.
At least
bit.
one more day.
Yeah, one more day.
I'd like to talk to you if you have a moment.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I'm in a small town. I'm sure I'll find you.
Yeah.
Okay. I better get to work. Get back to work and go to your room.
Okay, and I just stare off in the corner and not make eye contact with anybody. Just
And
Did I know Bree?
Ellie, would you have told Luna about Bree?
no.
Okay.
Yeah, so, nope, you don't know what that's about.
What's that about?
Oh, it's nothing. It's she's just a friend.
Oh, how come I never met her?
I mean, we haven't really hung out, talked in a long while since I kind of scratch my face near my eye since we just haven't really talked.
Oh.
I mean, not many people in Hellock want to talk to me anyway, so.
you go to your rooms and settle down. Ciara, you it's in the wee hours of the night, and Ciara, you hear Lucious come up to you. You're both done your trance.
Mm-hmm.
He
She
says,
pretty with vigor went into it. It's like, oh, right.
And he comes up to you and he says, "You care for a drink?" He's like, "Yeah, use it."
And Ciara sort of touches her head because it's a little tender head. She's like, oh, yeah, definitely can use it.
Yeah. So you go downstairs and, it's the aftermath of this massive party, so it's pretty heavy. And you see
It's
the...
trashed.
Yeah, it's trashed.
It's trashed.
It's just... It's trashed. And he, you see that the barkeep is this halfling woman, and she's very tired, gathering up all the cups. There's, the human girl you saw outside, bringing things in and out of the kitchen, busting the tables. The barkeep comes over and says, "Name's Tana. What can I get you?" Lucian responds, "How'd they go? Whiskey, straight." Sits down. He's handed that, looks at Ciara. For you, miss."
2 of what he's having.
Alright. 2 glasses, poured.
And Ciara seems a little more as sort of she sits down, she sort of relaxes a little bit, but there's this sort of it seems like embarrassment, she seems a little sheepish.
Mm-hmm.
I want to apologize for earlier.
It's just mid-drink.
Lost sight of my temper. Let it go too far up a road. Guess there's still some things that I expect. Even though it makes no sense.
You see him, he just takes a little sip, and you see him, he reaches over and Just pat your shoulder. Don't worry about us. I know where her is. No. Ugh, Mckenna's just like, Mckenna like shudders and is like, oh, that Odo is just a creep. Oof. You just feel his eyes just roving over that friend of yours.
Ugh. I'm not there. Ugh.
Yeah, trust me, I'd like to strangle him too, but take some fancy footwork when you're working with someone in power. Because we know.
And she sort of does this thing where like her ear twitches and she sort of like, as if she's pushing hair away that's not really there. She's obviously agitated and she's trying not to be. And so she slows her speech. She's like, oh, but that's the thing. He has power up here. And she looks at Lucious as if she feels guilty about thinking that. And she's like, I'm a long way from home, but I'm not a long way from how I thought. And it's the first time that I've encountered, like, I don't think it often, but I guess I still think it to some degree. I just hear them, and I hear them saying, know your place. And I wanted more than anything to put him in his 6 feet down where he belongs. But it's different up here, and the outrage was a surprise to me, and he's not only a creep, he's a creep, and I'm fighting to keep my patience. But if I did put you in a hard spot, I am sorry about that.
He takes the like whiskey glass and rolls it around and zips it and he's like, no hard feelings. Trust me, I've been in a lot harder spots than that. Just take it and used to. Every system has its flaws. Humans are young, still figuring stuff out. That's why I like being with dwarves. You just throw money at them and you can pretty much do what you want.
They want to mind their business and they want you to mind yours.
Right? Yep.
Yeah.
You know, that's why I like dealing with them. We're gonna brush it here for a different reason, actually.
Oh.
And there's this like, you see him handle the glass thoughtfully, as if he's kind of like struggling with what exactly to say. And finally he finishes the whiskey and he puts it down. Says, the whiskey, I used to use it a lot to not hear her. And the way she says her rings true in you. But I don't hear her now.
So it worked. It's just a little soft attempt at a joke, so it worked.
Well, do you want to know how I did it?
Hi, this is Tiffany, your DM. Thank you for watching Dungeon Damsels. This is not the end of the session, so please stay tuned for the next part. We update on Tuesdays and Saturdays at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. If you're interested in supporting us more, please push the subscribe button, like, or comment. We also have a Patreon, wink wink nudge nudge, and our show is in podcast form. You can find us on Apple Podcast, Google Podcast, Podbean, Spotify, and plenty of other podcast platforms. Thanks, we hope to hear from you soon.